All right, so today we are going to learn about verb conjugations. And basically, what conjugation means is when you change a verb from something like to eat to say something like I eat. A verb is an action of any sort, and there are hundreds upon thousands of verbs that exist in the English language as well as many other languages. And we're going to learn how to conjugate simply in present tense with Spanish. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I already have that written out for you right there. This is called a conjugation tree, and the reason is because it looks like a tree with the branches sticking out. And the conjugation tree is a good way to be able to conjugate things for yourself as you learn and go along, because you have a special place for each thing and you can apply it to your conjugations. So let's go ahead and have a look. So there are different ways of conjugating a verb. There's I, you. In Spanish, there's two different yous, one that's informal and one that's formal. There's he, she, we, and they. So I might say something along the lines of, with the word hablar, which is to speak, I might say, I speak, you speak, he speaks, she speaks, we speak, they speak. In Spanish, hablar would also change, just as I would say I speak and he speaks. The word hablar, to speak, we would change as well. So let's go ahead and start with hablar, and let's see how we would say it. So the word I in Spanish is yo. So you would say, not that, sorry. You would say yo, and then to conjugate hablar, it's hablo. And often the I turns into an O at the end of whatever verb it is. So this, in this case, it would be yo hablo. Then to informally say you speak, that would be tú hablas. And then let's continue on to the next one. You formally speaking would be usted habla. And then if you actually look at he speaks, it's él habla. And then ella habla. So you'll notice that the ending of it actually is the same on each of those. That's why we keep it in the same little area, because you conjugate the same way for that. Next, we have we, which is nosotros hablamos. And then after that, we have one that I don't really count because we're not really using it in this class, which is the more biblical way of saying it, which would be vosotros habláis. But we're not going to use that, so don't even worry about it. And then lastly, we have they speak. Ellos hablan. And this also depends on if it is a group of people. If it is only girls, then it would be ellas hablan, but in this case, it's ellos hablan. Now let's continue to an ER verb, so a verb that ends with ER. And these are things you can apply to the majority of AR, ER, and IR verbs. So comer would be I eat, or the verb to eat. So I eat, yo como. And then we would continue down to you eat informally, tú comes. We've got below that usted come, él come. And then let me scroll this down. And then ella come. And then after that, we've got nosotros comemos. Let me stretch that out a little. We've got the one vosotros, which we're not going to do. And then ellos comen. And lastly, let's do IR verbs like vivir. So this would be to live. Yo vivo. I live. Yo vivo. Tú vives. So you'll notice an IR verb ends with es still. It wouldn't be tú vivis, it would be tú vives. So IR verbs change a little bit when you conjugate those. Then we have usted vive, él vive, and ella vive. And then right here we have nosotros vivimos. We have ellos viven. So in vivimos, it would still keep the IMOS. So that's a special situation. Okay, now that you have those written down for your work, we're going to keep that and we're going to go over to Kahoot. So go ahead, go into Kahoot and put in the game pin. You can go to kahoot.it and type in the password. Okay, now let's go ahead and start. So here's our chance to see if we can do our conjugations, and you can refer to your list if you need to. Question 1, we eat, comer. So let's conjugate that. We eat. Perfect. Great. We got we eat, nosotros comemos. Now let's try the next one. I speak, hablar. Perfect, yes. Yo hablo. Okay, let's go to the next one now. They exit, the word salir. This isn't something that we've done yet. They exit. Ellos salen. Perfect, great job. Now let's keep going. Okay. You live, formal. So this is the formal way of saying you live. Usted vive, or usted vive, perfect. And then lastly, they help, ayudar. Okay. Perfect. And in this case, both would work because it could be a group of girls as well. Ellas ayudan or ellos ayudan. All right. Great job. And then last one, she reads, leer. Perfect. Ella lee. And that is a great job. All right. So that is the lesson today as far as the lesson goes. If you have any questions, let me know.